Hello, ladies. Welcome to another week of my video blog post from my website/blog, Lights for Jesus Ministry. My name is May Renfro, and this is one of my younger daughters, Rebecca. She's our second youngest. So yes, here I come with another vlog to encourage you this time in your mothering. And I'm talking about children can live without cell phones. So, yeah, I'm excited about talking about that. I'm a mother of 9. My oldest is 18, right down to our new baby is 6 weeks old today. So, yeah, 18 all the way down. So I said, so we have 9, 8 this side of heaven, and so, yeah, I want to talk about the children can live without cell phones. I'm not saying that and we're a product of that firsthand. We have proof that, yes, we can. Children can. I'm not saying they don't need cell phones, because there might be reasons that they might need a cell phone when they're young, like in their early teens, even younger. I don't know, for whatever reason, if they're going to school. Ours are all at home, and so that's a big difference. So I'm not saying that children don't need cell phones, certainly not. But I just want to encourage you, in case you do want to raise your children, without cell phones, iPhones, iPads, whatever, all those things, gadgets, all those electronics out there. I don't know all the names of them, but yes, children don't need, have to have all those things, and it's just less to deal with, and it can cause troubles, especially with internet available on those things, and yeah, it's just not necessary. I know we live in an era, in an age that everyone has it, and you get the feeling almost, well, they have to because their friends do, or or they're going to be so different. They're like, oh, we need it, we want that, and my children have expressed that, certainly, and I'm just like, nope, we don't do that. We're not going there. Nope. And so yeah, my oldest now is 18 and a half, and he got his first cell phone and in the winter, in January. So he's over 18 now. He'll be 19 here in a couple more months, in July. And he got his very first cell phone when he was about 18 and a half. And because he wasn't working away from home, that he had been working in the summers at the Bible camp, and the summer before, when he did turn 18, he did borrow one of our cell phones. We were in Texas at the time, and he was all the way up in Canada on his own and going out at camp, and so we really felt that, yes, it would be good for him to have a phone, that it was, and we wanted to keep in touch with him when we were so far away, and so we lent him one of our phones, and he had that just for the summer months, couple months, and then back, and he gave it back to us again, and then he decided to buy his own phone, and this last winter, then, when he was over 18 years old, and there he was ready and could handle it, and I don't see that younger children, aren't just ready for that. There's so much on there, and can be so time consuming, playing games, all of this stuff, and the internet, and it's just like, oh, maybe others can handle it, and that's good, but it's not something that we felt that our children needed. It wasn't necessary, and I just don't want to have to try to mess with all of that. I'm not going to try to keep tabs on them and everything, and it's just so much simpler. And so I just want to give that encouragement. If you want to raise your children just a little different than everyone else, and you don't feel that it's not a need for them, that you feel that they actually don't need it, it's not necessary, and you want to go without, you can go without. Our children are proof of that. They can go without. And because we're not really into games on computer games anyway, and they do that on our computer when we do allow it. And once in a while, wintertime, there's not as much to do. I've allowed it a little bit here and there, and so they can do that on our computer or laptop, but they don't have their little gadgets to go off and do their thing. And it's so much nicer. I mean, for me and our family, the way we're living. And so I just want to be an encouragement and that to you. It can be. It may be a little hard when all their friends and everybody is doing that, but they're going to have to learn, that we, as Christians, are different from the world, and even as families, we live each family raises their children the way they feel they should raise them with their own rules, and it's more than likely going to be different than their friends. I mean, that's okay. They need to realize that they'll probably be raised different than their friends in different ways, and then it's okay. And if you have your reasons that you explain to them, they should be able to understand and be okay with it. And I think our children were totally okay when they understand. They just know this was not something that we did. We're not doing that, and they're okay with it. I think it would be harder when they go off to a school system, though. I did notice with our one boy, we had him in the 6th grade, go to a school, and he was riding the bus, and everybody has their little gadgets, and to make it's a half an hour trip to town, but time you're on your bus, it was quite a while. I think maybe they're on the bus about an hour, at least 45 minutes to an hour. So everybody passed time with these gadgets, and he did not have one, and so his friend let him use his, and he really did feel he is the first one to really ask and really try to push, can I have whatever it was called, an iPhone, iPad, I don't know what it was, but he really wanted it, and he really pushed for it. I mean, no, we didn't do that before. You don't need it now. You can make that trip into town, whatever length it is, to the school without on that gadget. You don't need that. And as we make a trip to Texas, they're not on those things. They're not on their little devices. They make the 4-day trip, each day long trip to Texas, and we've done that all the time. And I'm saying, if we can go to Texas without those gadgets, you can go that trip on the bus. And so he really was pushing and really wanted it, but we didn't give in. So yeah, so you can, whatever you feel, whatever your rules and your reasons are, and it's just less that they have to deal with, and they have more free time than when they're home and not on their things to help around the house or to read books. Much more fulfilling of their time, and other great creative things that they might want to do outside and in the house, and all sorts of things, and not to be stuck on those things is just so addictive. So I just want to encourage you in that, and then you don't have to worry about the internet. I have heard of different mothers that they're young, I mean, like by 12, 13, and have things that they have looked up on their phones or whatever, and their mothers are shocked at the things that they have looked up on the internet. Well, how can you be so shocked? You give them a device that they're not capable of handling. I mean, even adults can't handle the internet with all the stuff on there, and it takes a lot of self-control, and your children just don't need to be tempted with that. You don't need to have that where they can get free access to that. So, yeah, I just want to encourage you to to not, they don't have to have all those things, and or I would say don't need, can live without, but maybe they do need, depending on the situation. They may need a phone. So, yeah. All right, you can, just it's nice to be able to live different and live separate from the world, and we can do things different, and it's okay, and they can learn that young, and be more free and to hear God and what He has for them, and different things to do, and not to be so attached to these different devices and social media and stuff. So. All right, well, yeah, dare to be different. Dare to stand up for what's right and your beliefs and your standards and what you have, your values that you have set for your home and your family. You can do it. You can be different, and you can stand up for God and for everything that you feel is right for your family. Okay, well, stay tuned for another week from me, another vlog, and you take care. God bless.